Hello everyone, happy Monday. I'm wearing the same thing I was wearing for yesterday's reading. That's because I'm recording all of this on Saturday. um, so, um, you know, I never even thought to do this video. In fact, I received this comment and I answered her. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I never did a reading on that. I never told people how to prepare for shadow work. Duh. Because in my healing book, I do. The information I'm going to give you comes from my healing book. All of my books are on sale for 99 cents each. I have 4 of them. So you can pay 99 cents, or if you want to pay like $1 or $2, you can pay to that too. Because on coffee, I put 99 cents as the minimum, but you could pay more if you want. It's up to you. But I have this in my book, and I'm like, I never thought about making a video on how to prepare for shadow work. And it's like, duh, hello, McFly, right? So I call this the objective perspective. That just like kind of came to me. And I was like, yeah, objective perspective. That sounds good. So we're gonna start with 5 steps to do before you do your shadow work. And I've done a video on shadow work, I believe. I will put it in I'll put it in the pinned comment, a video on how to do shadow work. But this video is on how to, and I'll also put the video at the end, so you can just click on it, shadow work. Okay. So we're going to go over the 5 steps to prepare for shadow work. So the first step is to center yourself. You can do this with meditation. You can do this with breathing. It's really important. Whether you lay down or sit up, you can put on some meditation music if you want. Close your eyes. You breathe. You listen to kind of try to feel your heartbeat. Okay, you can even put your fingers, okay, and feel your heartbeat. Listen to your breath and just bring yourself down, okay, to where you're calm and you're like, okay, it's calm. And you can do this work with calming frequency music in the background to keep yourself grounded and calm. Okay, so once you've done that, it's really important to cultivate self-compassion. Yes, my love. Okay, well, I'm not going to stop my video. My daughter is a content creator also. So when she records, she goes in the bathroom and shuts the door. It's really cute. And you know what? She's only been doing content creation for like a week. She already has 131 subscribers. I'm like, it took me almost a year to get 131 subscribers, and she did it in a week. So I'm like, but her content, she does animation, and she posts her animations on her YouTube channel. And so I guess kids seem to like her animations. Anyway, cultivate self-compassion. This is cultivating love, patience, and empathy, okay, for yourself. And this becomes really important for why you want to do this. This is where you develop that objectivity, okay? And it's a matter of, because when we do shadow work, we go back to the trauma, right, that we went through. And it's so important to be the objective third party watching that trauma, because if we insert ourselves back into the trauma, all of those negative emotions come up and we can't be objective. We cannot look at our accountability and what happens, because we're like, accountability? What accountability? I'm a victim, right? So how do we do this? Basically, you need to sit quietly and in your mind, think about the trauma, okay? And when you do that, what emotions come up? Shame, fear, guilt, anger, sadness, okay? And when these emotions come up, it's really important to replace them with self-acceptance, joy, and love. Okay? Even if in your mind this trauma comes up and you're like, oh my, like you get like fearful or scared, or it's like, okay, let's breathe, go back to centering yourself and watch it in your mind and say, you know what? It's okay. Let me take a step back and separate myself from that trauma. I am just an observer. Okay? I need to separate myself. The third step is to develop self-awareness. Okay? Developing self-awareness. Self-awareness is the ability to observe and reflect on our thoughts, behaviors, feelings, and attitudes without judgment. Okay? Again, going back to step 2, cultivating self-compassion, the exercise about thinking about not just about your past trauma, any thoughts that come into your head. If you react negatively, learn to replace those thoughts with love, compassion, empathy. Okay? Because once you're able to view negativity in that light, not only does it benefit you when you do your shadow work, because you're able to develop objectivity. You know, not only that, but when you're done with the shadow work, it allows you to view incoming negativity with love, compassion, and acceptance. Okay? So, developing self-awareness, the ability to observe your reaction, observe your behavior. Okay? You know, if a situation comes up, even it's important to say, in this situation, how would I have reacted in the past? Would I have been condescending, passive aggressive, angry, belligerent? Well, how can I respond differently? Okay? So the next step after developing self-awareness is being courageously, abundantly, unapologetically honest with yourself. Be willing to really see unpleasant attributes in your behavior. Again, that comes down to accountability. Okay? A lot of us react negatively to certain things because of our past. Okay? If someone lies to us, a lot of times we get really angry, right? A lot of times some people become even violent when someone lies to them. Well, it's time to look at that and say, is that something that's productive? Is that a productive response? More likely than not, no. It just makes things worse. What would be a proper response? A great exercise, ask friends and family who know you. Ask them without judgment or negative reaction. What can you tell me? How, from your point of view, can you tell me, what are my negative attributes? When something negative happens, how do I react? Okay? That's really, really hard, because it takes self-awareness and accountability to not react negatively to that, to not be defensive. Okay? It's the ability to take criticism, constructive or not, to say, I see, I understand, I react negatively to this. Why would you say, or what do you believe is the reason I act negatively to this and this? Okay? It's a great way to practice self-awareness and accountability. Okay? There may be times where you have to say, okay, if you'll excuse me, I just need to take a moment to center myself and breathe. If you need to, grab a pillow and scream into it. Okay? And then come back. Breathe, center yourself, and okay? Because yes, it's just their perspective, but sometimes it takes someone else's perspective to make us realize where our faults lie. And we're always going to have faults. We're human beings, okay? But there's a way to accept our faults, accept that we're not perfect beings. We make mistakes. We act the wrong way, okay? Again, this comes back to when I was talking about healing and growth, right? Blindfold of fear, glasses of love. Okay, are you going to react out of fear, or are you going to react out of love? And accountability is the ability to be unapologetically honest with yourself, brutally honest with yourself, and say, look, self, that is not the right way to react to that. Okay, you have to see other people's negativity as a reflection of them, not of you. You don't have to defend yourself, okay? If you don't see things the way that person sees things, you don't have to defend your actions. You don't have to justify yourself to anybody. If you respond negatively to someone being negative to you, that's where you need to sit down and say, I should not act that way. I should not react that way. I need to change my behavior. And don't expect that, well, if I'm going to change my behavior, they need to change theirs. Don't worry about them, okay? They need to work their own crap out in their own time. This is time to clear this up. And the last step in preparing for shadow work is recording your discoveries. You may be surprised about what you discover about yourself. Yeah, that happened to me when I was going through this. All of this healing and shadow work, I discovered a lot of things about myself. Things that people in the past would be like, oh my gosh, you're so different. You're not the same. And it's like, yeah, because I was able, once I cleared away all of those cobwebs, I was able, all of those black cobwebs, all of that black sticky tar, I was able to allow my garden to grow. And I realized I had flowers there I didn't know were possible to grow in my garden, and they still did. Okay? So that, in essence, is basically your pre-shadow work. Really, really important. I can't believe I didn't share this before. A lot of people go into shadow work without this pre-work, and it doesn't work out for them. It just re-triggers them over and over again because they haven't learned how to center. They haven't learned how to be that objective person, that objective third party in their shadow work. So I really want to thank my commenter for this, because without that comment, I never would have realized to make this video. And yeah, that was my my video. I hope you guys liked it. All of my information is down below. I did change a few things. I'm offering personal tarot readings if you guys are, if that's something you guys enjoy. I do offer them free tarot reading with a donation if you know, whether it's $1 or $100. However, I did change it a little bit to say if you'd like a free tarot reading, you can have one. I prefer that if you are able to donate, whether it's $1 or $10, that you donate. But if you can't afford to donate anything and you would still like a tarot reading, shoot me an email, and I'll give you a tarot reading. Like I said in my last video, you know, we talk about basic human rights, clothing, water, you know, food, shelter, all of that stuff, right? Basic human rights. But, you know, we talk about mental health, and our ability to get help in that sense. But no one talks about spiritual health. Okay? Things that are worked on through tarot, through Reiki, through crystal healing, through energy healing, things like that. Those kind of things I think are basic human rights as well. And that's why I want to offer my readings, you know, either for free or with a donation. I feel like with a donation, it helps me and it helps you. But I'm not going to limit my tarot readings. Oh, if you can't donate, you don't get a reading. No, whether or not you donate, you get a reading. I just appreciate the donations because it helps me. But yeah, and I'm actually, so yeah, I was thinking about going back and changing all of my videos description. I'm not doing that. It takes forever. So I'm just going to remind you guys every video, um, free tarot reading, you know. Preferably, I prefer that you donate, but if you can't afford to, that's okay. I see spiritual work as another basic human right. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, all of my information is down below. Have a beautiful day, week, weekend, month, year, life. Remember to live in and spread love, joy, compassion, gratitude, kindness, peace, and enlightenment. And I will see you next time.